Deep in the woods, in a town who knows where, there's a sad little house that sits right on town square. It's a happy little town with happy little people. There's a happy little church with a happy little steeple. But in that sad little house right there on the street, there's a sad little man with no hair and no teeth. He's got a shiny bald head and thin little glasses. He's short with a cane and moves slow like molasses. He sits out on his porch in the night and the day while happy people pass on their merry little way. And in this town, deep down in the woods, everyone's joyous, all whole and good, so filled with joy that they burst at the seams and laughter fills the air, happy and serene. It starts real little, a chuckle, a grunt, then a giggle, a gurgle, a whisper in front. And then before long, it's a big grand roar, but the sad little man, he just sits there and snores. While the others enjoy the good booming vibration, the sound starts at the bottom and makes its migration. The boys and the girls laugh until they turn blue. They stomp up their feet and kick up their shoes. The ladies stifle a chuckle and try to keep quiet, but soon they give in to the monstrous riot. Even the old folks stand up on their feet and giggle and gurgle out in the streets, and the businessmen let out a rich, hearty noise, which gets a real laugh from the girls and the boys. Each laugh holds a different rhythm and tune, completely contagious. The old man, immune, he sits on his porch, such a sad little man. If only a person could give him a hand. But it seemed there would be no sympathy to spare for that sad little man with no teeth and no hair. But one gape-toothed girl whose eyes glinted bright thought that sad little man was a sad little sight. So she ran to his porch, all giggling, real hush. You seem awful sore, you don't smile too much. But the sad little man was still stuck in a slump. Hey, mister, she whelped and hopped up with a jump. He let out a grunt and continued on frowning, but that wasn't enough, so the girls started clowning. Hey, mister, come dance in the street. Come off of that porch and start tapping your feet. The sad little man shook his sad little head. He suddenly wished he was back in his bed, but the gape-toothed girl gave his hand a little tug, and all at once he felt light as a bug. He got right up and walked to the street. He saw the people dancing to the beat. Everyone was howling and the noise went straight up, and then he gave his old foot a tap, bup, bup, bup. He started in the dancing, the great merry-making, but into laughter he didn't start breaking, and the gape-toothed girl did a little swing. Hey, mister, just listen, you might hear a thing. So the little old man opened up his ears and listened to what he had blocked out for years. He heard giggles and snorts and great swells of joy, and suddenly he felt like a young little boy. Then the little man felt something deep in his middle, a tickle, a feeling, a toggle, a nibble. So the little man slowed up his jig, and the laughter hit his tongue sweet as a fig. He chuckled and grunted and felt downright good. Finally, in that moment, he understood. The giggles and laughs and sweet little hums, the chuckles and gurgles all bright like mums. So deep down in the woods, in a town who knows where, there's no longer a sad little house on that square. There's a happy little man in his happy little house with a happy little smile on his happy little mouth. Yeah.